Eighth episode begins as Sammy is shocked to learn Paul Lewis does not exist. Martian doesn't reveal his real name but admits he's a CIA agent. Martian says she was never a target, but she will be in danger if the Sudanese agents discover who Martian works for. Martian says they'll protect her if she gathers intel. Sammy is adamant she won't turn on her country, but Martian gives her 24 hours to decide. In the car, Sammy doesn't tell Osman the real purpose of the meeting, but back at the London CIA field office, Bosco is frustrated that Martian blew it with Sammy. The fact that China is in the driving seat in the Sudan negotiations underscores how the CIA has lost ground in the covert landscape. Meanwhile, Blair goes to Belarus to force Volchok's secretary, Sylvia, to give them access to her boss. Blair gives Sylvia little choice, implying they will out her as a spy if she doesn't complete this task. Blair wants Sylvia to find an object that Volchok uses so they can make a double of. Cell phones are not an option, as Volchok changes his burner every few days. British intelligence agent Richardson meets with Bosco to discuss updates and strategy regarding Sudan. He reminds Bosco the Brits have no power over China. "It's your great game now," he tells Bosco. Martian is unhappy to see Richardson getting involved again. Sylvia has sent a photo of Volchok's boots, which they will make a replica of. Dr. Blake asks how they will protect their new asset. Blair reminds Dr. Blake that is not part of the mission. Peace is at stake if Coyote remains in Volchok's custody. Threats are part of the spy business, but Danny must try something different to get Rose to withdraw from the Tehran program. Danny takes Rose out to celebrate, plying her with booze and drugs to find something she can use. Rose mentions her mother wants to go to Switzerland so she can die on her terms, but her Catholic family is against this choice. At the negotiations the following day, Sammy passes out at the table. In the bathroom, she reveals to Osman the CIA approached her, but she told them to f off. Osman promises he will get Sammy out of this sticky situation. Osman informs Dalaga and Guo that the CIA has made a move and they need to move the negotiations to Cairo. Guo tells Osman to take care of Sammy. He'll deal with the rest. Posing as representatives from Assist UK, Danny and Naomi visit Rose's mother to help her with her wish to go to Switzerland to die. Danny is distracted throughout, and Naomi admonishes her in the car for a bullsh performance. Naomi warns Danny that she has gotten too close to Rose, and that friends and targets are two groups that cannot overlap. The Brits might not have as much power as they once did, but the twist is Richardson has been playing both sides. "The Americans did as you said, tried recruiting her," Guo tells Richardson. The two meet at a museum to arrange the next steps of a plan that will benefit both the British and Chinese intelligence agencies, though it feels like Richardson is the one making a play. Richardson gives Guo a flash drive containing evidence that two Russian operatives are working in the U.S. Energy Department to apply pressure on the CIA. Bosco, Henry, and Martian are surprised when Guo shows up at their meeting with Sami as her representative. The clumsy recruitment attempt is endangering a fragile peace process. However, Henry reminds Guo the Chinese have ignored spy agency protocols during these negotiations. Guo suggests they didn't tell them because the CIA leaks like a sieve. Guo also informs them that the negotiations are moving location, Sami is no longer participating, and they don't need U.S. involvement. Bosco says he doesn't care about diplomacy as he works in intelligence. "You want nothing from me? Nothing has a price tag. Nothing is extremely f***ing expensive," Bosco says. But Guo has something else up his sleeve. The flash drive with the Russian spy intel. The Americans no longer have the upper hand. Throughout the season, flashforwards show Martian giving information to an unseen British woman. This week, we discover he is taking a lie detector test, and the person asking the questions is suspicious. The woman suggests he might be a talented liar and wants to know why the Americans are interested in Volchok. Does she work with Richardson and MI6? Earlier in Belarus, Sylvia nervously switches out the boots. It appears to go smoothly, but Volchok discovers what she has done. Suffice it to say, Sylvia is sentenced to death. When Blair finds out it didn't work, her only regret is that more people will die if Coyote is not rescued. Unfortunately, the final stages of the plan are in motion as Coyote is being transferred to another destination. Martian approaches Guo and wants to know who called the play with Sammy and the flash drive, as he knows it wasn't Beijing. Guo doesn't reveal the British intel connection, leading to a fight where Martian incapacitates Guo using a chokehold. Sami and Osman are about to take a private jet when Martian makes one final plea to get her to choose him and the CIA. Sami rejects Martian for a second time, departing on the plane. Is this the last time Martian will see Sami?